Hello, Laura.
Hi, Dani.
You must be my same sister.
You must be from the same mister.
Yes, I am.
Hey, soul sister, ain't that Mr. on the radio? Stereo, the way you move ain't fair, you know. Hey, soul sister, I don't wanna miss a single thing you do. Tonight.
Today, we're going to do a vlog for you about us. Because we have a pretty complicated story.
We do.
My mum and dad married when before I was born. So they were really young. My dad was 18 and my mum was 17. Actually, they separated 2 years after I was born. And I was with my mum a lot, and we moved a lot from different hotels. Then dad, cue Laura.
So I was born in 1990, and my mum and dad were together for about 2 years after I was born. We lived our life like this, and away from dad. I didn't see him from the age of 2.5. When we were younger and my mum was still with dad, we did spend a little bit of time together. I don't really remember, obviously.
No.
I was only one.
And I was 3.
One.
My mum used to drop me off sometimes, and I used to stay with her mum, and I loved staying with her mum, and she was so lovely. Yeah. So that was the tiny space we had together. Just this.
After that we left and I lived with my mum. She was just my superwoman. She still is to this day. She's the best. And she had my brother 2 and a bit years after I was born. Dani also had a brother, and what's weird is that we were living so close together and we didn't even know. We were sort of living a town apart.
After Laura's mum and our dad separated, our dad went on to be with somebody else. When she took her away, I still kept seeing my dad. I still kept seeing him, but then when he met this other woman, it kind of changed things. Things got a bit different, and he wasn't really able to see me after that, and that was for like 9 years.
Yeah,
I didn't see him for 9 years, and she literally lived, I don't know, kilometres and metres.
No, but it wasn't. It was a town away from each other.
It was 2 bus rides away.
Not even.
No, not even. You could have walked a distance, and I had no idea where she was. And the worst thing is that this place that she lived on top of, it was like a shopping centre, like massive, but there were places to live behind. And I used to go with my family every weekend, every single weekend.
Yeah. We could have crossed each other in the street and not. I mean, unless our parents had recognised each other, we wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that happened. It must have happened.
Yeah.
9 years. We can't.
No.
You were there all the time. We must have.
Exactly. Cut a long story short, I didn't see my dad.
You just said it.
Oh, I just
Cut a long story short.
Oh, I don't like it. And I'm not really here to cut a long story short because the vlog's all about it.
Yeah.
So.
Look at mine.
I knew I had a sister, and I used to look at the sky, and I'm sure she used to say the same, and be like, oh my god, you are under my same sky. There are stars up there, you're probably looking at there's a moon that we are both looking at. So I didn't have my dad, and I didn't have my sister. But I had a family with my mother and my grandparents. I had a different life. It was a separate life, but there was something that yeah. Put one back in the room.
I was laying down and looking in the aeroplanes, looking at the aeroplanes. What is wrong with me?
X-ray vision or what?
Looking at the aeroplanes with my friends, and I used to say, my dad's on that one, or my sister's on that one. Really stupid.
Did you think we were together?
I had no idea. I had no idea.
You didn't even think maybe they're together.
Yeah,
maybe.
I did, but I never knew.
Yeah.
So eventually we grew up apart, and I struggled with it quite a bit, not having dad in my life, and I really wanted to know who he was, and I had a good life. I had a very good life, but there was always something missing. And now, to be quite honest, going into the future before we've even got there, I really feel like you were the missing part.
Yeah.
I really feel like I'm happy that we know dad and we talk to dad, but he's not there all the time, and I really feel like you were the part that I needed in my life.
Me
decided, well, for a few years I asked my mum, can you find him? And she said, wait until you're a bit older and then I'll do it. And so she did. I was 11, and she said, okay, I'll look for him. So she found him, and I started to talk to him on the phone, and it was really nice. You know, it was felt very strange in the beginning, but me getting through to Dad spurred him on to get in contact to find Dani.
Yeah. I lived with my grandparents. Me and my mum lived with my grandparents at the end, but we had to move temporarily because they were doing like work on the house. And I think at that point he tried to contact me there, and he couldn't find me. And obviously he didn't know that it was temporary. But obviously he thought, well, it's been a long time. I've tried to contact the place. I know where she would be. She's not there. I don't know what to do. I don't know if her name's changed or anything like that. So.
My name had changed, by the way.
Her mum changed
my mum changed my mum.
Yeah, my mum changed my mum.
My mum changed my mum. To her surname, to her surname.
But it all happened really, really beautifully though, because even though he tried to contact me when I was there and he just missed me, the minute I had moved back in and he tried again and he got me. And it was really bizarre for me. It was like, hello, this is Dad. And I was like, it's been 9 years and I didn't feel the connection that you would, that kind of faded away. Well, with I had a lovely family too, and my grandparents were like my parents, and my granddad I had as my dad. You know, it was really weird. So I've had it really hard to just. Also the questions: why was you away for so long? Like, what is that all about? So we talked, and then he said, "I know where Laura is," and I was like,
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
He was like, about this.
He was like, darling, I've got your sister. And I was like, oh my God, are you serious? I couldn't breathe. I was like, everything was in my head. What she might look like, where she's been. No. And then he told me she's been in Wandsworth. And I was like, there's no way. Are you serious? Oh my God, that's not true. And then the arrangement started.
Then it was because I remember meeting him outside Sainsbury's in Wandsworth, and I just ran at him. But at the same time, I was a bit shocked.
Who are you? Who is this stranger I want to run to?
I want to hug you, but do I? Why do I? That happened. And then the second time was when my mum decided to take us in her car to kiss, because Dad lives about an hour away. It was the second time I'd met his wife, and I thought she was nice. I mean, I was more interested in my dad the first time. It wasn't, but she was lovely for as far as I knew. And so we spent the night there.
Yeah.
It was a bit.
It was really awkward.
Yeah, it was awkward.
And obviously I was older, so I had more things that I needed to be answered, and more questions. I had more like.
Exactly.
It was like the whys, and I wasn't getting response, and it was really frustrating me. You know, it was like being forced to go into this family unit that I wasn't familiar with. But I know it was right, and so I really struggled with the physical part of it. You know, deep down somewhere I knew I loved him, but it was the physical part.
All the emotions you felt, and you didn't know how to deal with them. And you had unanswered questions that you couldn't just let go of, because you're not at the place where you are now.
I think it was harder with me to gel in the beginning than Laura, because Laura already had these
needs.
Yeah,
and I was still young enough to need them filled.
Yeah.
I was only 11, 12, and I felt like I needed that thing that I didn't know, the entity that I didn't know, that I didn't associate with. I had my granddad and I had my uncle and I had people in my life that were like dads to me, but it wasn't the same.
Yeah. But because I was older and it was like so fantastic for her to have a big sister, the way I felt kind of pushed me away from my dad, and she kind of felt the need to come towards me, to be behind me rather than Dad, this guy that she didn't really know.
Basically, we had sort of a discussion and it turned a bit sour. It was.
That's a bit sour.
A bit strange. Yeah. For just the whole situation was strange.
Yeah.
We were somewhere quite far away, staying there the night.
Without our mums.
Yeah.
Without our mums, and we had to accept that we were with our dad.
Yeah.
But it was really difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was quite a bit of a row. And me and Dani ended up in our bedroom.
Go to your room.
It was
It
kind
wasn't
of like
that.
Well,
Well,
it was kind of. It was
yeah.
like we didn't have a choice, because
At that
where
time,
are we going to go?
Yeah. He was quite emotional, because don't forget, we are his babies and we always have been. He did not feel the same way that we did, I did, or she did. For him, time had not gone by.
Yeah.
So for me, I said something to him like, this doesn't feel right. I'm not really happy with all this. And that really, really hurt him because can you imagine like for a parent to hear that from their child?
Yeah.
It was really hurtful and you know, he's really sensitive like that. So things escalated like that and that's when we felt obliged, okay, we've just hurt this guy, let's move upstairs away.
I just wanted to say that. So that night we spent the whole night top and tailing and talking and listening to music.
Yeah.
And it was just
knowing each other.
Yeah, we're getting to.
But feeling natural at the same time.
It was really
bizarre.
instant though. Even from when we met the first time.
It's like when you split twins up. Like they just spring back together again. We're not twins. They were nowhere near twins, but that's what it felt like. That was fulfilled a lot. That really hit the spot.
That sounds weird. Out there.
You hit the spots and stuff.
Oh god. We did start to see him a bit more and
together
it was and you went a couple of times without him and I went a couple of times
we got
without
comfortable
him.
We needed each other to help each other grow in this relationship with him, and once we felt like we were grown enough with him and accepting enough,
we tried to go our own paths with him and feel that strength that we had each other now, and that was it. Like,
and then we kind of stopped going. Shut up!
Say that again.
I'm gonna bunch you. Yeah, so then we started to see him, but then we just started to stop, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it fizzled out a little bit. We were both growing girls then. It was. We needed to grow on our own a little bit. So we had the mum, we had the dad, we knew the situation, we knew each other, but we didn't even see each other a lot.
We didn't.
Until I was about 15, 16, and then I started to call you and say, what are you doing? Come in.
It was really, so we all got together like this, and then slowly we just started to do that again. Didn't we? We started to do that, and then it was just to take it all in, like, okay, I know my dad now, okay, I know my sister now, I need to go back home and I need to reflect on it, I need to spend a bit of time away, because it's, you know, for two young people like this, it's a lot to take in. It gave me time to miss her, really, to miss the face that I've seen, not just an idea of this person, and dad also. Let it go, can't hold it back anymore. Let's just let this go.
Okay.
Kid, we spoke on the phone and then we got back in contact. Did you just fart?
No, it was a shower.
I smell. I mean, it wasn't me. I don't. But then they had kids, and then we started to see dad more because of the kids. And then, like 3-4 years after, they started to have problems together, dad and Jane, and that didn't really work out, and they divorced.
Yeah.
And then dad met this woman from America. God, he sounds like such a stud. He has a way with the ladies. He only makes ladies. He made a boy. He made one boy. I'm so glad he did.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
They're so beautiful.
They really are.
Well, I mean, look at these.
Hey!
Look at
He met the new girlfriend who lived in America, Deb. I had a relationship with her, and then once you skip a few, he went to America to live. So now there's a really weird bit in our story. Relationships. I had my first boyfriend. He was amazing, absolutely wonderful guy. It was really, really great together. I was at work one day and I knew that there was somebody new coming in, and he walked in the door and I literally just, I think I did that.
she was just...
You know when you get those nervous twitches and you're like... You're so nervous, you can't control it. And he walked in and I just thought, no, that's my life is right there. That's right there is where I need to be. I don't fit anywhere else. Yeah, I didn't fit anywhere else. So we flirted. Yeah, we flirted and blurted and blah 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 blah. I was still with this guy and I just felt really bad on him because I felt really bad on him. I've been living in France too much.
No, I think people say that.
I felt really bad on him. I felt really bad for him. Yeah. And he didn't know anything. He didn't know how I was feeling.
We're dumb.
Speak for yourself. Sorry. Okay.
Oh, Flabby Central over here. Busting out of the old jeans. Yeah, we are. Totally.
A little bit of real women.
No, I'm not going to show.
Well, I'm a real woman. I don't even care. Okay. Okay, that is like X-rated now. Now you're being.
Sorry.
Now you're being porn.
Sorry, please don't take me off YouTube.
It's really porn. That is really porn.
Quote Miranda sings.
Miranda sings. Love Miranda sings.
I'm going with Miranda this evening.
Yeah.
Just a little bit left.
Bit neat. Too neat for Miranda, I think. So I eventually had to break it off with him. And then I started this thing with my lovely, wonderful fiance, Sapel Jonathan Fernandez. And
God, what's wrong with you? He's going to get like fan mail now.
I love Jonathan Fernandez. Forever.
Stop saying that because it's going to make me say what I need to say and we're not quite there in the
I
story
love him
yet.
so
We're not
much.
there in the story yet.
Okay, well I love him anyway. And so I was seeing so much more of Laura back then. And then when we kind of got together, we lived together. Me and Jonathan, we were living together and stuff. And then she always
all
at our
the time,
house, always. And then we moved to another place and she was always there. And then one day, Jonathan's brother, Jeremy, came over for a holiday. Cue Laura.
Dun. So
Here you are.
I was with somebody at the time and he was there. I was only there for a day and a night while he was there.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I mean, I can't explain it. We literally just clicked and he couldn't speak much English. I didn't speak any French. Probably couldn't even remember bonjour if someone asked me. Because I did German in school, to be fair.
Why do they do that?
Anyway, we met and we clicked, we really hit it off. I knew he was with somebody, I knew he had a little boy, so didn't even enter my head I was with somebody as well. It wasn't anything like that, but I really appreciated the way that we couldn't talk to each other, but we felt comfortable with each other, and it was something I'd never experienced before. That happened, and then he went home. Almost a year passed.
Yeah.
Oh, you're missing out a whole chunk of your story.
Really? No.
Yeah, you got Mitt Bibbin.
Maybe after.
No, not before me and Jeremy started seeing each other.
Yeah.
You got pregnant with Leia and you moved here. You're missing out a whole chunk of your life. Whoops. Jeremy was still with his ex.
Yeah. No, but there was a one night when Jeremy was here on holiday. We'll tell them about this. Me and Jonathan were having like a blazing row like we do, like really bad, and we decided to move it into the bedroom to row about it even more, and totally forgetting, oh, my sister's here, she can't speak a word of French, your brother's just come on holiday to see you, he can't speak a word of English, let's just dump them together while we just go and have a quick argument, come on, let's go. We literally did that. Not in that way, we didn't plan it like that, but we left them together and
It was okay, we just played console and we were just kind of smushed on the sofa, we were really cool and...
she decided to stay the night. We had a sofa bed.
One sofa bed.
And then the romance happened. We pulled out the sofa bed. They went to bed together. They slept together with their backs to each other. Finish it.
The whole night long.
Talk about it like this. Talk it like, because it's
Well,
a nice thing. It's
You
romantic.
basically said everything there was to say.
No, because you wanted to turn. He wanted to turn around.
Yeah, nothing happened.
I found a really bad hairball.
Oh,
That's why
nice.
I can't have cats in my house. Sorry.
So, we decided to move in together.
Yeah,
We found a really
yeah.
nice flat.
You did ask our permission before you moved
Yes.
in our lives.
Yes, I did. Didn't you ask me to move in with you?
Yeah.
So we found a really nice flat together. It was just the best experience ever. I mean, we'd spent a lot of time together anyway. It was almost like living together, but
And she like really bonded with Jonathan. Like they
Yeah,
were proper
it
brother
was
and sister.
yeah, it
Proper.
just happened like that.
They clicked how we clicked when we
Yeah.
met up
Yeah.
with each other. Like it was
like that.
crazy. So we had such a great time. It was like we were just like students.
Yeah.
But we all had jobs, but we were students. Kind of felt like
we were
it.
poor.
We were really poor. And you were still with your ex then, and he came over a lot. But she wasn't really there a lot because she used to go those
You
issues.
say I was never there,
Yeah,
but
but you weren't. You used to come home from work, take your Ugg boots off, put your other boots on, and close the door, and go.
don't tell lies. I didn't even say hello to you, you
No,
witch.
I didn't. Well, yeah, she did say hello,
I
but
did.
then she left after.
Oh,
No, but like we came to France for a holiday, and he dropped the bomb on me. I'm coming back to move to France because he'd been made redundant at his other job, and he said, "I'm going to move back to France. I always told you I was going to go home." And I was like, "But what about if I don't want to go?" And he was like, "Well, that's what I need to do." And then like literally a couple of days later, I found out I was pregnant, and I was like, "Oh, I guess I'm coming then." And she was so upset though.
Oh, I was heartbroken.
It's like, oh my god, I've got you. I've lost you.
Yeah,
I've got
it
you.
was
I've lost
awful.
you.
It was horrible, actually.
Yeah.
I was excited for you because I knew it would be a big life for you, but I was like, no, you can't leave me. You're my arm. Like, you're my left arm. I can't deal without
Loads
you.
of people live without their arms.
I know, and I respect them 100%.
Me too.
Because you are my third arm, and I could not live without you. That's greedy.
That's really rare.
Okay.
Well, basically, he came back to France first. So he found out I was pregnant. He came back to France. He basically came to build a nest for his family. So he came to find a job. He came to find somewhere to live. And then by the time he found all those stuff, I would come over and it would be like that. So I worked a little bit more in London. I got myself a job. I was getting more pregnant and more emotional, and I really needed him a lot.
It was horrible seeing you go through that sometimes.
But you were there for me, and my family was there, and it was really nice. And he would come over like every other weekend and stuff. He did get a job in the end, and he didn't find somewhere at that point, but we all stayed with his mum, which was amazing. I loved his mum anyway. Didn't bother me at all. Like the mother-in-law, daughter-in-law like relationship, you think, you know, cliche that there usually is. This was perfect. I had 2 months. It was perfect. I have. So then we moved here, and I was quite depressed, and that's when we spoke a hell of a lot more, because I came here when I was 7 months pregnant.
Yeah.
I was hormonal. I was alone. I wanted my family, and I had Jonathan, but he didn't really understand. Like, he'd never been in that situation. He'd never been pregnant. I had 3 phone calls.
At any moment
Yeah.
we could be on the phone, we were, and I
Yeah.
was working, and on our whole hour-long lunch break, I would...
As soon as you get home, on the phone, and that just, oh my god, it just pulled me out of so much.
Did.
It just pulled me out of so much.
We used to talk for 4 hours at a time.
It's ironic that the person I lived without, I can't live without, like, saved me. It's so bizarre, like how it's.
Just after you'd moved, so I think it was about a month or 2 months that you were here. When did you move? What month?
I moved in May, June,
So,
beginning of June.
And
yeah.
I came. At
You
the
came
end
while
of
I was
July.
still pregnant.
Yeah.
She was coming to see me while I was pregnant.
The
and
first time I came was the end of July.
Yeah.
I'd just recently split up with the ex. We had a big drama, went to Mexico, and it didn't go very well. I came alone on holiday for a week because obviously Cannes, it's hot, it's beach, it's whatever. And obviously to see my sister.
Oh, I like that way I thought that was the last
I'm
reason
sorry,
that you came.
it wasn't. But I thought that was just naturally...
Free holiday.
No.
God.
I thought, what's the word I'm
You came to
thinking
see Cannes Film Festival. That's
of? It
why
was
everybody-
naturally
intended. That was my intention.
It's not.
I naturally intentioned it. I intentioned it.
No.
I had the intention of intending
Okay,
it.
let's skip that. First day I was here, we went to the pool because she lived in an apartment complex where they had 3 pools.
That sounds lush,
Jammy.
but it's normal here.
Yeah. I came, we went to the pool that same day.
You're really specific in the story, aren't you? And then I swam, and I got out, and I was quite wet, so I decided to grab a towel.
Anyway, Jeremy came straight from work. We hit it off again. He was even more beautiful than I remembered in swim shorts.
God, it
and
was
wet
so
and
funny.
glistening
It
and
was-
muscular.
It was so funny. The way you were like, Dani, he's so fucking hot. I just thought, you can edit that out.
Can I just put a little input button? The first time I met him, I did say to you, do you remember what I said to you?
No. You've said a lot of things to me.
I said to him, I said to Dani, she's not a him. It's possible,
Him's name.
but him's name. I will never get a man like that. Eventually, we saw each other when I was on holiday. We saw each other quite a lot. The more we spent time together, the more I came back every month. Every month for a weekend, I would
Yeah.
come. And we sort of just grew together.
Yeah.
He'd finished with his ex, and obviously I was finished with mine, and we grew together, and we've been together ever since.
So
That makes 5 years.
So now we can say to everybody, we're 2 sisters, and we're with 2 brothers.
Yes, we're sisters from the same mister. We're with 2 brothers. You are my sister and my sister-in-law,
Yeah, you are.
and I am your sister and your sister-in-laws.
Yes, you are. And you're double auntie and uncle to my children.
Yes.
Can you imagine from the beginning of this story to now? Insane.
Yeah.
So insane.
There's no beating it, really.
No, there isn't.
We still, to this day, we talk every single day. We live 10 minutes walk from each other.
Oh, but you didn't say you moved here.
Oh, sugar.
She walks on water and she comes to see me.
Okay, so after sort of 3/4 of a year, do people say that?
My granddad says, check the oven in 3/4 of an hour. I'm like, I don't understand what you're saying.
From October to December. No, that's not a long time.
It's 3 months. No, it's not, it's 2.
I didn't move that fast.
Yeah, you did.
Was it really
You were
fast?
like, I love you, and then your bags are at his front door.
Don't say that.
Those
I mean-
Darren Fernandez's.
Yeah, they do get you, those boys.
They really do. Sorry, they're all taken now. There's no more
there's no more
Fernandez's available.
Well, there's no.
No, there isn't.
There isn't.
We could do a relationship tag.
Okay,
Couples tag.
Yeah.
With them. We'll do that for you, and then you can meet them. And
We had a few problems at Christmas. We resolved it 2 days before my birthday, and we decided we were together, which is in February, by the way. Valentine's Day, if you want to send me a present.
her birthday. Did you just say Valentine's Day was your birthday?
Yeah.
Just to clear that up, her birthday is on Valentine's Day.
Thanks. Love, 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 LB today. Do, 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 do. We decided 2 days before my birthday to be together, to give it a real go, for me to come and live here. We decided for this to happen in September. I ended up moving on the 22nd of May because actually we couldn't stand it any longer, and we decided, no, we need to be together. If it's not going to work, it's not going to work, but we need to try. We need this.
We need a base. And I was
So-
so happy. No way.
I don't even know how you felt. Like I mean,
But I was hormonal. I was hormonal.
This was no. Hang on. Were you pregnant with Amy when I was here?
You're gonna say born. No, you lived here.
No,
you
I
went on
didn't.
holiday. That's why you missed her birth, because you had to fly to go back to London on holiday, but you were living
I
here.
wasn't. You're right.
Yeah.
Sorry, excuse me.
Well, the eldest
I can't
got nothing. You're right.
I was going to turn around.
You okay?
My teeth look really weird.
I don't have a neck.
I moved.
Yeah. You said that about 9 times. How many times have you moved?
And we live 10 minutes away.
And we just talk like crazy people.
I really miss her if I don't see her. I can't not speak to her all day, even if we only speak for 20 minutes in one day.
Yeah. But we always have this game of cat and mouse
Oh,
where I
yeah.
get a missed call and I'm like, oh, Laura, I call her back and it's like, welcome to the blog, for God's sake. And then she calls me back and it's no.
Because we're calling each other exactly the same moment in time. We hit voicemail.
It probably takes about maybe an hour.
No, it
Each
takes
other.
5 minutes, but still that's 5 minutes of lost, wasted time trying to get each other. We should make a pact now. Who's going to always call the other one back? You or me?
Depends who calls first.
No. Let's not make this complicated.
Does that make sense what I just said?
Listen, let's make a deal now.
Okay.
I don't care if it's me, I don't care if it's you. You choose
Okay.
when the phone hangs up, because that's when we get confused and it gets. When the phone gets hung up, who's going to call back? Do you
I
want to
will.
call back? You
I'll call
always
back.
call back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
Deal.
you don't try and call.
Deal.
Okay, deal.
God, that's taken a long time to do that.
Yeah. Thanks for helping us with
Yeah,
that. It really
God.
helped a lot. I mean,
That was really therapeutic.
Yeah.
And we finally made this work.
yeah.
So,
So now we're here. I have her 2 nieces here. Like we have built a family out of a family in the beginning that we didn't even know about. It's really lovely. Our dad is now in America. He's the mister that we are the sisters from. He is in America now. We Skype all the time. We have quite a good relationship with him. He's going to come to see us soon. I've accepted him now and I really love him properly now, 100%. You know, I still miss my family, but I've got my family here now. I've built a family. Her mum's coming to live here.
My mum's coming to me.
Talk about drag the whole of London to us.
know.
Right now we're being crazy antisocial. Like we have a whole house full of friends here and we're having dinner and we've just locked ourselves. First of all, we're in the toilet. Give away secrets.
So
Now we're in the bathroom. You can see the tiles. Really dusty tiles.
And the door.
Yeah, the door.
So, on that note,
That's how dedicated we are. We put our friends on hold for you.
See you soon, guys.
Okay, thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like and
Don't
subscribe.
forget to watch and subscribe.
Or you can watch and subscribe, or you can like and you can watch. You can do it all. Give us a thumbs up.
We'll give you a thumbs up. You get all the thumbs up in the world.
And we will see you soon.
Okay, bye. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.